here's what I can tell you, dude. We're live. We got waves. Benjamin Franklin is the youngest of the youngest for 5 generations back. Does that make sense?
Kinda. The youngest of each group of siblings, 5 generations back.
Yeah, and he's the youngest of the youngest. And I think that goes on for 5 generations is how it kind of sounded. And I went... And Benjamin Franklin, as I found out from the book, widely regarded as like the best conversationalist of his time. He was an author and an inventor and a statesman. And like growing up, he worked in the printing house. And he kept saying, but I had a hankering for the sea. He wanted to go beyond the sea, dude.
Dude, that's me talking about a riverboat. That's my whole life. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? Preferably on a Thunderjet. I'll take a Duckworth, whatever, dude. Let's just get one in the water.
Your memoirs are like you do it like, yes, I've been mechanicking for 3 years, but I got a hankering for the riverboat. But my point is, a lot of the stuff he was saying, or in his book, is the same shit that I read in this other self-help book by Dale Carnegie called How to Win Friends and Influence People. But he said some killer fucking shit, dude. I'm going to read you some of what Ben Franklin told us today.
I'm excited.
And it's fun because I love when we get to hear the same truth in different places.
What's Smiley Creek Lodge?
That's where our ex-sweetheart was doing her business. She left me with 2 hoodies. They're fucking sick.
Nice.
I get compliments on them all the time. I get compliments when I wear the clothes.
Did she tie that cute knot in it, or is that a you thing?
Nope, that ain't Beat Train.
All right. It looks good.
Here's what I got, dude. And Benjamin Franklin, awesome. He said that he has his parents, he never knew them to be ill. They never fell ill once until the illness that killed them at 84 and 89 years old, respectively. Isn't that crazy? And I don't know if it's true or whatever, but I thought about it.
What year is this? Because that sounds like extremely old.
Mid to late 1700s.
Oh, holy shit.
I should know
so
what year
they were fucking ancient, huh? Wasn't average life like 40, 50?
Yeah, that's crazy. And to never be sick. And I thought, because I read these books from 250 years ago, and I think, okay, so what they're saying, like we have more context now. So I read that and I go, I wonder if it's just like a healthy diet and like a industrious life. They're just working on the farm, raising 13 kids.
Do you think that they mix Fireball and tequila on Saturday night?
No. But I do wonder what
Are you saying you don't think I'm going to see night?
Not at the rate we're going. All right, but anyway, he said he sucked at math, so he just read a book on it. He talked so much about, like, he wanted to get a bunch of words so he could recollect them and he talked about, like, the moments you have a clear head, like when you eat and drink and you're clear-headed and you can recollect words. And I was like, the young Ben Franklin was dealing with all the shit I'm dealing with 250 years ago. Yeah. He was just like, I want to learn this, blah, 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 blah.
And if you think about it, 250 years ago, that's what you would have done, was you would have had to get it out some way and you'd have just wrote a book.
Yeah, or read a book. He was reading books like a motherfucker.
A little book-reading son of a bitch, old Ben Frank. Huh?
He called himself bookish, and he's like a teenager, makes no money, so like he'll borrow a book and then like read it for the night and then take it back instead of like sleeping or whatever. And then his brother was boarding him. He was working for his brother at the printing house, and he said, "Okay, whatever you're paying to keep me here, just give me half that money, and I'll take care of myself." And his brother said, "Word." So then he took the money that he got, fucking books, dude. All books.
Where do you live?
With
his brother?
He was near the sea. I gotta guess like Massachusetts or somewhere up there where all those guys are from. But
nice.
And I'm almost done with this. He said he stopped arguing and took the role of... He says, I dropped my abrupt confrontation and put on the humble inquirer and doubter. And he found that this method was safest for himself and embarrassing for those he used it against. Because he, instead of saying, like... You remember when we were younger and we'd argue? And we go, no, you're fucking wrong. It's certainly this way. And that never gets you anywhere. He goes, so I started just doing the Socratic thing and, like, asking and going, oh, really? You think that? Or is that... And then even smart people were, like, embarrassed all the time. And he was like, yeah, so this is nice.
Talk about feeling good about yourself.
So anyway, it was fun to see Ben Franklin go on the same journey that I've been on, is all I'm saying. And the only other note I have, other than all those Ben Franklin notes, is that Port Aransas, Texas, was sort of like my Chappelle Africa. I went away for 6 months and fucking, like, built myself up and came back funnier, stronger, looser. Probably kinder.
Yeah. More solid foundation.
But anyway, what you been up to, dude? You fixed a bike. You took the kids out to ride it.
Yeah, that's all. I want to get to the meat and potatoes. You went to the mothership, my guy. You traveled home from Texas with Mason. I mean, we got some shit to talk about.
Did I tell you? I journaled this morning, talked about the mothership. Did I tell you all the comics came up with Matt McCusker and Friends?
You haven't told me one story about the mothership, and I haven't asked just for this reason.
So The first night was Kill Tony. We went back-to-back nights to the Comedy Mothership. For those of you that don't have access to the internet, the Comedy Mothership is Joe Rogan's comedy club in Austin. So the first show... Oh, yeah, Kill Tony, dude. It was nuts. You know...
Probably if I saw a picture.
Okay, and he's an old dude. Like, he was with Dean Martin doing the celebrity roasts and stuff in the 70s.
I think so.
Yeah, and just an old comedian. So... I don't know if I'm allowed to say that until the episode comes out, but he was the guest, and you'll have to watch the episode so that you can be like, oh, Braxton was here. He might be losing his mind. This happens on Kill Tony a lot. Have you seen this one? Did you see
I
Ric
only ever
Flair?
see like the highlights of the black dude, Casey Rocket, and I watch everything that has to do and I watch anything that has to do with it says Kill Tony with Shane or Matt.
Rogan was talking about Tucker Carlson being on Kill Tony, and Cam Patterson said something funny to him. I can't remember what it was, but it involved the N-word. I think he said, like, my mom would kill me if she knew I was talking to you. So anyway, but a couple other comedians come out. But my point is, Don Herrera might be losing his mind. I don't know if it's a bit. Ric Flair was on Kill Tony and got hammered and, like, lost the plot. Did you see that?
No, I haven't. But Ric Flair, basically, anytime anyone says, I saw Ric Flair on this, he gets wasted.
He is out of his mind. So I do have to set this up.
He does have one of my favorite quotes of all time. Ladies, none of you can be first, but all you can be next.
Oh, that is nice. That sounds like him. It's gross to watch. He's 78 years old or whatever, just an alcoholic going like limousine riding, private jet flying, nature boy, Ric Flair. And you go, take a beat, brother.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan says, I think it was on Joe Rogan's podcast, he goes, yeah, I've never seen him drink water in the 40 years I've known that guy.
That makes so much sense.
Beers in the morning, switches to vodka at lunch, and just drinks all goddamn day.
All right, well, he can have it. So Kill Tony, for those of you that don't know, is a podcast where they bring up comedians that have never done comedy before or whatever, and it's draw from a hat. So it's kind of like an open mic night, but with all the professionals around. And like what happened once was Ric Flair got drunk on there, and he like freaked out because they make fun of these comedians, as you know. And so Ric Flair's just doing that drunk guy like, hey, we're not, if you laugh at the expense of somebody else, it's never funny. And it's like, you're on the wrong show,
room,
buddy.
Dude. Yeah. This ain't church. What are you talking about?
So
dude?
Sometimes things get unhinged on that show. And so I didn't know if this was kind of one of those times, but did not say anything that made sense. He was shaking like he had Parkinson's. It was like putting an old guy on stage that like used to be a comedian or something. And then he'd say something and have no idea what was going on. You went,
was anyone laughing?
Yeah, kind of. It's just that uncomfortable, like, is he old and lost his mind, or is he just doing a silly bit because he's a, old comedian?
I think you're bound to lose your mind if you're ever famous. I think by the time you get old, you're bound to lose your fucking mind.
So, anyway, that was Kill Tony, but we freaking laughed our asses off. We saw such awesome comedy. Got to see William Montgomery, Cam Patterson, the fucking dogs. And then, but that was to warm us up. Oh, Rich Voss was there. You know Rich Voss? I looked Rich Voss in the eyes and talked to him on the way out.
You're kidding.
He was standing from me to you. We're walking out, just shuffling out, line of people, and I looked at him dead in the face.
How big is this room?
250. The big room's 250 seaters. The small one's 150. I'm trying to think of what I can compare it to that you know, but you never went to that comedy club in Salt Lake. Anyway, we're walking out, dude. And
like a high school auditorium or a little bigger?
Smaller.
Okay.
God, I'm trying to think. It'd be like, what's a restaurant we both know? It's about the size of the Rendezvous, if like, you know what I mean, total square footage, and that was just a room. Maybe a little bigger. But anyway, it's pretty intimate. It's not huge. But, oh, shoot.
Cam Patterson, the dogs.
Yeah, I don't know, but that Kill Tony was Rich Voss, dude. We're walking out, and me, Mason's right next to me. Rich Voss is right on the other side of him, and I say to Mason loud enough so he can hear. I go, "That's Rich Voss right there in the flesh, a legend," they say. And he looks at me and goes, "They say." I said, well, thanks for letting us be here. That was awesome. And then he just left. But I was like, fuck, dude, I looked Rich Ross dead in the eye.
You interacted with a comedian.
That was so cool.
That's the shit.
So we got out of there. The best part about Austin was the food. Brother, every meal we ate was like, did you ever watch Action Bronson's cooking show yet? Every meal we ate was just like, could have been our last meal. The best thing, just fish po' boys and fucking street food. And what they do in Austin is pretty much everywhere you go downtown is like a bar, but you go to the bar, order your food from there, go to this window with this other, company that's doing the food and order it from there and then just chill. And so, dude, it was nuts. It was next level. Non-stop, just fucking getting the best food in the world and just stuffing our
But it looked like you guys had a pretty badass hotel, too.
Dude, yes, sick-ass balcony. Shout out Mego, his sweetheart, because she's part of that same, travel around and stay. And remember I went to Granby with the... Mm-hmm. And you sign up for the thing, and then 3 times a year they let you stay in the resort for frickin' $10 or whatever.
Like a timeshare?
Yeah, exactly like a timeshare. But, with Wyndham Hotels.
So she hooked it up with the room.
So she hooked it up. We had a balcony. We rolled in there, obviously blunted.
Did you guys get all smoked up on the balcony? Who would?
Yeah, dude. This says no smoking. There's a sticker that says no smoking as you open the balcony door. Mm-hmm. And Mason goes, yeah, it's on the inside. It just means inside. I said, all right. The rooftop pool, was 2 stories directly above us. So I did get a little paranoid. We rolled in there.
Yeah, that's what they should have put on top of the Twin Towers, huh?
A rooftop pool?
Might have put some of that fire out, dude.
Damn, that's smart, dude. Every skyscraper should have a water slide. What are those things that the bucket dumps every 10 minutes at the water park? Fuck, dude.
I'm not sure.
I don't know what you'd call them, but they do need a frickin' full-on slip and slide.
We could, if we would have been born sooner, we could have stopped 9/11, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, by becoming pool architects.
Pool guys.
So anyway, all right.
This could be the Pool Guy Podcast, is what it could be.
Pool Guy Podcast. Yeah. Pool Guy Pod? That's nice, dude. So we roll out of there. And anyway, we have the time of our lives. Hotel was sick. Second night. This is the part I want to tell you. Mm-hmm. Matt McCusker and friends. In the 250-seat room.
You know what you said once that still has not left my brain?
What?
Come for Shane, stay for Matt. The truth. I laughed the hardest. Those two together is funny as fuck in general, but Matt McCusker is... I can watch his special twice a month.
I can watch anything he do or says. Everything I say, oh, this is so fun watching. Whatever journey he's on is fun to watch. And it gives me hope because I go, maybe that's how people feel about me, so I can just believe that everybody believes in me.
My favorite's his bit when he goes, and my buddy started dating this black girl and wanted me to go on a date with him. And first of all, that's my thing. Yeah. That shit cracks me up.
He's the king. So, Matt McCusker and friends, dude, and we don't know who's going to be there. We just know Matt McCusker's headlining. And I've heard about these shows, Austin, for 10 years. I've listened to Joe Rogan talk about when it was the Comedy Store. And he'd say, on a Tuesday night, you just stop into the Comedy Store, and it's just killers, top to bottom, just the best comedians in the world. That's what he's built. He really did it. He's been talking about it, and I don't want to be a fucking fanboy, but he said, I'm going to go start a comedy scene. We're going to do it this way. We're going to bring this community here. And he did, dude. Mm-hmm. They're doing it. So
it kind of makes it easy when you have $200 million fucking dollars, and you go, hey, do you want to live here? I'll buy you a house.
Well, that's what he says. It's fun to listen to him talk about it because he goes... Yeah, I mean, I'm in a unique position where I have the means to do this, so I had to. He doesn't even think. He's just like, I couldn't not do it. Mm-hmm. Okay, Matt McCusker and friends, dude. I don't remember the exact order, but Sean Gardini, you know him, the producer of the podcast, okay? Lemaire, you know Lemaire Lee, dude. Lemaire went up there. Chris O'Connor, Dr. Adolph Sponge, Tommy Pope.
Don't know Tommy.
Maybe somebody else. And then Shane Gillis.
Shut the fuck up. You saw him at the store? Holy buckets.
Did a hot 10 or 15, and then frickin', and my best friend, Matt McCusker, and then Matt comes up and just fucking crushes us. And we were we were in the front row, but the stage kind of curved around. They tucked us in the middle, so I kind of had a side view on him the whole time, but I mean, we were right there, dude, and it was just fucking...
That is insane, dude.
And just laughed our asses
Shane
off
Gillis.
for an hour and a half. And I've seen Shane before. In Salt Lake, yeah. Me and Jason went to see him a couple years ago when he had when he was working out the Navy SEAL bit.
I just barely saw for the first time or heard him with the racial slurs that got him canceled from Saturday Night Live. Yeah, I never looked that up, and then I was just listening to the early episodes of their pod in the shop, and I started hearing him. I was like, God damn.
Well, what happened, as I recall, I heard it, when the podcast came out. And I thought nothing of it, and then they fucking got his ass. I think he said they were doing some joke about an old-timey, a fucking white dude that owns Chinatown or something. Going into Chinatown, I think that you were talking about that.
Yep.
And he just says, oh, yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
Goes, yeah, let the live here.
Yep.
He was doing an old-timey racist voice and said, Get off it, dude.
They got his ass, dude.
Get off it.
Fuck around, find out.
Anyway, so I don't know. That's what Austin was. The comedy mothership was sick. The food was sick. We made it back
What's
to
it like
Port A.
inside? Was it badass?
Yeah, it's fucking way cool. And that second night, because we went to the late show, they shuffled us into the bar. They call it Mitzi's Bar. Mm-hmm. And you wait there, you drink until you go in, which I think probably people would think is awesome normally. I didn't think it was awesome. It was just wall-to-wall people. You couldn't hear. You couldn't order a drink. We've been standing in line.
That's not your
hour.
kind of environment.
No. But Austin, bro, I do well in Austin. I fit in Austin. Pause. Put me in Austin. I'm in Austin, dude. Anyway, that town ruled. I fit in good.
Not fucking gay, dude.
Yeah, right, dude. I belong in Austin. So we go back to the island. Things are freaking going gangbusters, and we surfed. We rented surfboards. We surfed for like 4 hours one day.
What's the Mace dog like on a surfboard?
Fucking sick with it. He's an athlete, dude. He can do anything I do, you know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
So, it was so fun,
yeah.
dude. So we did that, and then we swam in the ocean 2 separate days. We went and played basketball at the marina. I told him, Mace, if we go shoot hoops at the marina, you'll see some giant fucking ships and 80% chance you see dolphins. Because I know this fucking island, dude.
Yeah.
So we went and shot hoops for like 45 minutes.
Fuck, you're almost a local there at the end, huh?
100% a local. He goes, we shoot hoops for 45 minutes. He goes, there's no fucking ships, dude. I haven't seen one. I said, yeah, I don't know. It's Sunday. Maybe there's no ships on Sunday. Boom, dude. I took a Snapchat of it. I said, Little Mason, big ship. We looked it up. It was like 88 meters. I don't know what it was. It was long as fuck.
Fucking long?
It was way long. It was huge. And so we got to see that. And then here's what happens in that little bay, or in the channel, in the port, whatever they call it. Those giant ships push a huge-ass wake out in front of them, and the dolphins just cruise in that wake and like jump out of the water and just let the wake push them. So they're not swimming. Yeah. So then he fucking saw some dolphins jumping out of the water. Oh, my God, dude.
Dude, you delivered.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't think women crave men the way men crave a woman either.
But it's true, man. When you're fucking...
What do you mean by that?
Sometimes when you're just sad and things just aren't going the best, there is nothing better than laying your fucking head on a chick's chest and her just putting her hands through your hair. And it's like factory reset. I can take on the world.
Yeah, truly.
After that, dude.
Well, so I guess that's funny because you're describing what I've always described as if a cute girl thinks I'm funny and cool, then I can do anything. And you found a unique way of like microdosing that.
Yeah.
By just having like girlfriends.
Dude, sometimes I fucking macrodose that shit.
And that's all I've ever done is like I just fucking take a huge dose and just try and keep.
What'd you say on one of our first episodes? If you find something you like, you'll do it until people worry about you.
Yeah, dude. And I did it when I found love. That's the craziest thing in the whole world, that love.
Mm-hmm. Isn't it nice?
It is nice. But I wanted to say something else. Oh, yeah. This is more of just a personal attack on you.
Oh, dude, exciting.
I've sat across from this table today and watched you described worst hangover ever, which tells me that we didn't take the best care of our body.
We went too hard.
Right.
It was too much liquor. We didn't do enough beer. We've been out here drinking. We know what it takes to have a successful night of it and a mild hangover. We went all in on the tequila, bet in the house that we'd wake up with no hangover like you get lucky and do on tequila sometimes. But what we did is we didn't know what the pineapple Doritos was going to do to us.
Yeah, I
think when we brought that into the equation, we didn't have enough time with it. We weren't prepared, and I think it showed.
Yeah, everything went off the rails.
Yes.
Well, and here's
much
what I'm
like
saying.
the Twin Towers, we buckled.
Oh, that's horrible, dude. That reminds me of that tragedy.
Yeah.
So
9/12 or what was it?
I can't remember, but I'm watching you with this hangover, which, as you just described, which, by the way, still sharp as a whip. Anyway, and then
tip of the spear.
I've watched you take fistfuls of fucking Tylenol and like drink a beer and just a handful of Tums.
Yeah.
And I go, oh, I better cherish these moments I got with this guy before his fucking liver explodes.
You know what's funny is I just said that out at work, I think to Dustin and Braden. I said, I'm going to be 35 fucking years old and a doctor's going to tell me, you have to quit. Like, you can't. You're going to die.
I think so. But you're going to have to go to a doctor for that. Yeah. And you know what dudes do? Like, common?
What?
They don't go to the doctor because they know something's wrong and they don't want to hear bad news and have to fucking confess.
I'll tell you what. I chipped 2 of my molars. Fucking son of a bitch. We got to get in and get that worked on.
Are they like freaking giving you eggs?
No, not at all. It had a filling prior, so it was just like a corner came off. But it's sharp. Ooh. So when I sleep on the left side of my face, it just tears my cheek up.
So you accidentally werewolfed yourself. How'd you do that?
I don't know. Woke up after a night of partying out at work.
Oh. And said, God, I thought I had
And me, after a night of drinking, I could have been chewing on something frozen. Mm-hmm. There's no telling what I was up to, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, once I black out, that's between Blackout Austin and the world. I wasn't even there. I wasn't there either. I'm ashamed he did it too.
The thought I have about that is a lot of times when we're talking about addiction and like if somebody has a problem or not, it's when the consequences become like, I had a serious medical problem and I don't even know how it occurred.
Yeah, that's probably a good time. Tyler was laughing. There was 2 times he got to LOL. One night I came in after me and Braden drank like a whole 30-pack in the garage, and I ate an entire bag of Doritos. Braden made food and sat down with his plate at the table, and I just sat with a bag of Doritos and ate the whole thing.
Dude.
Then the other time was Supercross Saturday, and he said Tyler was doing his high-pitched laugh the next day remembering it. And he goes, I wish that I would have took a video of you eating those chicken wings like a fucking caveman with sauce all over your face on the handles of the fridge. He said, because it's fucking hilarious, and it's all I've thought about every time I see you today. He was like, you fucking Neanderthal. He said, I didn't even know if you were cleaning it off the bones or if you were just chewing them up as you fucking threw the chicken in your mouth.
Well, and we know this about you.
That I'll graze?
Well, the primal part about you is not like a gatherer, or a caretaker. The primal part that lives inside of you is a full hunter-warrior. And so when you get so drunk...
So you're saying the chicken never stood a chance.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Was it already cut up, cooked, and seasoned?
It was wings, but Braden got the wrong ones, and it was the actual whole fucking leg with it.
Really? But you didn't have to strangle a chicken for your dinner.
No.
But
I choked a couple chickens that night, I'll tell you what.
Oh, God, dude. Let me think about that, because I don't think I've gotten real drunk and fucking... yerked one for a while.
I think I did yesterday.
Really?
No, Meg's here.
Yeah, I'm guessing that yours.
Yeah, I let someone else get that out of me.
Okay, I was going to ask you what those nuts are all about.
They're good.
Those elusive. What'd you call them? You had a name for them.
What nuts?
I don't know. You just used to say something cool about it. You have a popular saying from this podcast where you say, make somebody else work for that. This is something.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I think I know what you're talking about, but I don't think I've said it in a while. I do know this about myself, though, speaking of being self-aware, is I'll start saying something, and I'll do it for like 2 months heavy until everyone else starts doing it, and then I'm just on to the
Me too. I don't say all the time anymore.
You don't?
No, it's everybody fucking
I got insecure because Tyler said I said it too much.
Well, no, everybody says it too much. And it was just you and me saying it. I thought sparingly. You might have taken it too far. I don't know what happened.
I did out at work. I got carried away with it.
And then everybody started saying it for everything. And I said, David, I can't say this word anymore. And I truly stopped saying it. I started saying, that's so pleasant. That's next level. That's out of control. Those were my new ones. And people are going to start saying that. And I'm going to have to fucking come up with new shit, dude.
You're going to have to start saying sick with it more often.
That's sick with it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it feels good on me. I don't know if it fits me. Sick with it?
You're where I got it from.
Really? Well, yeah, but I was probably just kind of teasing about.
Isn't that our whole existence?
Yes, God, and I missed it so much. I've been waiting to come back here. I've been telling everybody, I'm going to fucking go back and just be silly with Yancey. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's been nice.
And we're here and doing it. The last time I saw you in person, even though it doesn't feel like it, was Christmas.
I know. Isn't that wild?
Mm-hmm. And remember, you were all a mess that day?
I did a lot of crying.
Talk about getting rid of some baggage.
And then I said to that woman what she then brought up. You know what they bring up in the breakup where they're like, this is what fucking happened?
Yep.
And you went, I fucking asked you about it 15 times, and I tried to talk about it.
I'll shut that shit down. I asked you. You didn't talk about it. You don't get to talk about it now.
Yeah. Well, that's not what happened. I heard about it, and I'm a good listener. And it was... And I get it, dude. If you tell a girl... we're going back to our roots right now, dude. If you tell a girl that, like, hey, it's the turn of the year, it's New Year's coming up, and, like, I think the only thing that could get in my way is you, she's not going to fucking be able to stick it out for too long either.
Yeah, that'll get someone in their feels quick, huh?
Yeah. So I think
she's an evil hippie.
Oh my God. Well,
she's an evil hippie.
I think
and an energy vampire.
Here's what I don't like. I don't like how she is an energy vampire. She is listen, here's what I don't like. I don't like going, spending all my mental energy trying to like fucking rationalize everything and put everything in a box so that I can explain it and go, well, she's this way and I'm this way, so that's why it all makes sense. Because I don't think I really need to make sense of it. But since I'm a human being, dude, yeah, I fucking think about it all the time. I'm telling you, the lady just didn't know love. You know what I mean?
That's all it is, huh?
Yeah, and like, one of the things I've thought that seems to be true is where I'll edit this out. As you say all that pertains perfectly to me. Mego says it pertains perfectly to her. And I went, oh, that's such a nice thing that Yancey got put into our lives, because he's just walking around telling everybody it's okay to be yourself and speak up for yourself, and then people are believing him. And so that's like fucking changing the whole world.
That's sick, dude.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, it is.
So thanks for doing that.
That's awesome. Yeah, for sure.
I'm teaching people how to fucking...
I know. I lived vicariously through you yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
I was so happy for you, dude.
How did I not freaking remember to bring that up? Let me tell you something, my man.
You're going to look back in 6 months and you're going to go, talk about setting the fucking tone.
Oh, I know.
As soon as you were in the room, whoa, we're not doing that anymore. That has ended for me, and we're not doing that.
No matter how the future goes, I know for a fact, or no matter how it went, I know for a fact I'm going to notice in no time. Something's going to come up in short time. And I'm going to say please or thank you. And I'm going to be like, thank you.
You betcha.
And I'm going to go, okay, we did it. Yeah. We fucking did something. But, never mind, I can't remember.
You almost had it.
I know.
Fuck, you're getting
Well, I dove into it like it would come to me, because I try and believe in the good of the universe sometimes. But
you stood up for yourself. That's always cool.
Yeah, I wasn't trying. Vicariously. Fucking retard, dude. Sorry. The word is vicariously. Which, I'm not calling you a retard because you said the wrong word. The funny part is that bi-curious, we know what that means. So bi-curiously is the funniest thing to say.
Have you seen the clip from the Hey Babe podcast where Chris DiStefano says Tupperware? And the guy, what'd you just say? And he was like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been saying that my whole life like that. How am I 30 fucking years old? I have said that. I say it to people all the time. Well, that's one of my go-tos when they tell me about how fucking crazy their night was before. Like, oh, brother, I was just at home with the kids. I'm living bi-curiously. Holy buckets. I might be gay, dude.
Yeah, I know. Because it's the funniest thing.
Vicariously?
Yes. Holy. And I want to look that word up so I can tell you exactly what it means, because it'll probably make everything click real good. In a way that is experienced in the imagination through the actions of another person. And then bi-curious, I think, is when you're interested in both men and women sexually. So you texted me and said, I'm living bi-curiously through you. And I fucking laughed so hard. And I couldn't wait to tell you about it.
Oh, that's a fucking riot.
But dude, I'm glad that I got to be the one.
So I've been kind of gay for the last 15
Well, I get it, though,
years.
and it's a good way to do it, because you're not being bi-curious. You're being bi-curious through somebody else. Which is it's not you. You can still get into heaven.
I'm a closet gay, I think.
Well, yeah. Everybody you know is, because you've been living bi-curiously through them. But I think St. Peter's still going to let you in, so that's cool.
He might. I don't know. Daniel Tosh said there's a goal line defense up there at the pearly gates. You're not getting in here,
Let me ask you this, dude. I want to try an imagination. Just what do you think it is? You fucking die, and you can either go anything that tell me what you actually think happens after you die, or kind of there's the old story of St. Peter at the pearly gates. What's he saying to you?
This is probably my biggest disconnect with life. Is I just choose, not that I believe or don't, I just choose not to even put any thought into it. I know that whatever happens after I die isn't going to happen regardless. I've already done the worst shit's out of the way. I'm not going to kill someone in my 40s or something fucking crazy. So I've already done all the bad shit I've done.
I'm only going to be better from here.
Yeah, for sure. Man, what would St. Peter say? Is he black or white? I wish that we were videoing so everyone could have saw that.
He's white, dude.
Okay.
Everybody always painted.
Is he like suburban white or is he like holier than thou white?
Dude, all the pictures I saw, like fucking.
Or does he got like he drives to church
Salt
in
Lake
suburban?
City white. Yes. But I don't. But I would like to take it with a more serious approach, but still keep it fun.
Okay.
He doesn't have to be an asshole, though. I think he's fucking,
I think
he knows.
Okay, we'll do the serious first, and then I'll say what I was gonna say.
Whatever's out there
I think that what we would talk about would be, because if I was in his position deciding if someone's coming in or not, I don't care what your mistakes were, unless you murder, you fucking raped kids,
you can't rape kids.
You're out, and hopefully there's a lever. they
can just go down a fucking spiral.
You ain't shitting. But I think the only thing you're really looking for is to see what people have learned from all their mistakes, and I think that I am the perfect example that humans have the capacity to change. Just because you were a piece of shit doesn't mean you have to. You can wake up any day and choose to live a better life. And I think I'll do much greater things by the time that happens, unless I pull out on my Harley this afternoon and get T-boned by a bus.
Right.
But and then also the funny part of it that I was thinking about is when I find myself with people that have no experience in all of the things I've done, like the crazy shit, the fucking hard drugs, that wild lifestyle, most of the time they're just curious because they've never had a real interaction with it, and they really start asking you questions. Yeah, they're
just interested in that experience.
Yep.
That made me think of a couple things. One is,
well, first you got to say what's he going to say to you.
Well, here's the thoughts I had on this, and we'll circle around to that. I was thinking about how it is unfair for the person that's at the pearly gates that just died. Because if they just have like any performance anxiety, like social anxiety, and then they're getting asked what they learned from their mistakes, and they're stammering, and they're like, "Oh, I don't like. I wanted to love. I was loving. I was mean to I was mean to my neighbor. Oh shit! Is this because? Are you asking me this because I was just a good guy? Is it because I didn't wave at him when I was going at the church? You think?" So I was thinking about that, but then also I was thinking about how we're not human beings having a spiritual experience. We're spiritual beings having a human one.
Wow.
Isn't that nice?
That is.
And so exactly what you're saying, what we learn from our mistakes and all that, like it's not about necessarily what happened physically on Earth while you're doing shit, unless you're raping kids. Sure.
And also...
But it's like your soul went through this journey. What did it learn from it?
Yep.
Or did it learn anything? Or did you fucking...
And on top of that, if I know humans, if there is a heaven and we do get through those pearly gates, they're going to have cars. I'm a mechanic. I get to go places all the time that I really shouldn't be. But they're like, oh shit, you fix that?
Turn wrenches? Yeah, St. Peter. That's what he says to you. You turn wrenches?
Oh, dude, that is what my afterlife is going to end up being. I'm going to be a lead in the maintenance division of heaven. I keep the plows running, that kind of shit.
It would be the perfect fucking afterlife for you because it's kind of enough punishment for all the bad you've done. Yeah. Because you still got to deal with bullshit like a fucking manager.
They let me in, but I got to fix that truck.
That's funny, dude. See, I knew we could do a bit. Damn it, dude. We're podcasters now. I knew we could.
Oh, that's all time. That's the first time in my life I've thought of it that way, and that's exactly what happened to me.
Well, and I'm
going to forgive all that shit. What do you know about diesel engines? A couple of things, brother. Let me in.
That's so funny. Especially if it is that white Salt Lake City guy. He's going to fucking
And if I ended up going to hell instead, hell would just be me trying to fix a problem on a truck, and every time I fix it, I turn the key on and it's still a problem. And I just keep back and forth for the rest of my
You know what it actually would
existence.
be, though? Yours is a lot more fun than mine. Mine's a little more dark. But for you, I think it would be like fixing all the demons' Harleys. But they are like assholes the whole time.
Shit.
They just sit on the Harley while you fix it, and they fucking kick at you and shit with their little clawed feet.
Say mean things. They call me fat and stuff. Brother, me and Braden were in the shop. It's 10:30 in the morning, and we talk about the Wii. And I said, "There's not a sport that you'll even come close. You're not, dude. I'll fucking smoke your ass." So we go to Dickinson, find a sensor so that we can play it, and We get in the garage and we're making our, what do they call them? Their Mies. Your little character.
Yep.
And I'm building mine. Braden's already built his. And I go to the body size, and he goes, "Make yours fatter, like you." Just says it. Not even thinking. Then he looks at me.
Cool,
then he looks at me, and I turn to him, and I said, "Then go back into yours and make it insecure." He laughed so fucking hard.
That's fucking nasty, dude.
It was sick.
What a fun singer. Dude, I've been so excited to riff bits. Because
I liked the heaven bit.
Isn't that nice?
I'm still on that.
Well, I've just been in Texas, like, cut to a montage. You know when, like, Batman really starts fucking working out and taking his shit serious?
Never watched it.
You know when Rocky fucking goes, the fight's coming up, and he runs up the stairs?
I had the tiger, brother.
Yeah. And so, cut to me in Texas, just listening to, like, Cumtown, the podcast. Fucking I know nobody listening.
And living
they all
in
think it's
Cumtown.
gay. We gotta just breeze past it. I don't know what else. Hold on. Cut to me in Texas. Just listening to Nick Mullins' podcast. Fuck you. And going, God, they can just riff bits and chat, and it's all fun and cool. And then not having like any friends around to really riff bits or chat with. And so I went, we're gonna be ready, dude.
Dude, we had it in us.
And here we are.
And you've done some soul searching. You're a whole new B train.
I am a new B train, and here's what
a year ago, this time, a year ago, we were standing outside of an office in North Dakota that you fucking hated. You want to talk about a year recap? Bought your Power Stroke, bought your camper, fucked a bitch for 6 months that you took out to Texas with you.
And I was standing there smoking cigarettes with you going, God, what am I going to do? I got to go somewhere else. This is all too much for me. And then I went there, and the whole time I went, ooh, what am I here for? Like, is it going to serve its purpose? Like a fucking idiot, because we know it does. And then I got to the end of it, and it turns out, yeah, dude, here's the big thing, or one of the big things that I learned, is I had this guilt or shame, because people say, make yourself uncomfortable, and that's how you grow. And I thought, well, I ran away from everything. I live on the beach. I don't have a job. I'm not uncomfortable. So there's like this fucking conviction or persecution or something. This guilt, the shame. And then I realized, now, B-Train, that was the hardest thing in the world. You made yourself so uncomfortable. You went and assimilated to a new culture. You took a girl across the country. Then she left you, and you still bounced back and rolled through it. You chatted with your neighbors. You surfed for a total of probably 10 hours. You put like 1,000 miles on your pickup on the beach.
Do you remember after the first time you surfed?
How stoked I was?
It was the funniest bit ever. You talked like a surfer. Yeah, you guys shredding the gnar.
It's so easy to just put that fucking hat on when you're out there in the ocean. And I'm not shitting you, dude. Me and Mason surfed for like 4 hours, and he said that, and he said it for like 2 hours after, and then it's like he forgot it, and he never said it again. But I don't forget. He said that was probably the best day of my whole life. Like 3 times said it dead serious. Because we were just out there paddling, and it's just fucking majestic, dude. Just all you hear is the ocean and waves crashing. And these are like 4 or 5 footers. These bitches are curling.
Some gnar,
yeah.
They're curling.
Yeah, dude. And we cruise out there, and we paddle. And there's waves that are big enough to surf for like 20 yards. You're not fucking cruising, but you're getting up on your feet and then slowing down, jumping off. But there's this big break. It's the second sandbar. Maybe 100 yards out, there's this big break, and it's all calm. And on the other side of it are fucking 7-footers like you see in the movies, dude. Like, they're fucking curling. They're huge. And I said, Mace, we got to check it out because we're zooted. Let's go fucking surfing. So I start paddling my ass off, dude. And we paddled, and the Lord said, you will die, because we couldn't make it to him, dude. There was just too much current. Couldn't get up to the waves. And I'm glad, because you can watch YouTube videos. The way those waves curl and how much force they have, they just swallow you and, like, flip you around like a rag doll and throw you into the oceans. And so it would have been pretty bad probably, but we were about to go get fucking gnarly. So anyway, that was my surfing story, and then he said best day ever fucking 5 times.
That's the best. I said best day ever like probably 6 or 7 times yesterday.
That's so magic.
I had a really good day.
Also, yeah, you can have top 25 worst hangovers if you're coming off a best day ever.
Well, I was standing on a tire that someone dumped out at Rose Ponds, drinking a fucking beer. Just watching my kids rip that dirt bike around. Wade's trying to climb hills and shit and falling over. That guy's pretty fucking sick.
Dude, I saw a Snapchat of that bike cruise and I went, oh, he's having the best day of his whole life. I did think that. His kids are cruising around on a bike.
It was awesome. And you know what? It fucking, in the morning, it didn't start that way. We spent probably 4 or 5 hours getting that bike pre-seasoned and ready to go because it wasn't running after last year. Mm-hmm. And when I put the front tire, I don't know if you've ever changed a 10-inch dirt bike tire. Not the easiest task in the world, but I didn't want to go to the power sports shop and buy spoons. So I used a flathead screwdriver to do the tire. Nicked the tube. So we get up there, and we're going riding in the morning. I'm fucking tired, not doing the hottest. Get in the pickup, go put air in that tire, and it doesn't hold air, and I can hear it leaking. I'm like, God. So immediately they're sitting in the truck like, what? We got to go fix it. Like, we're going riding today. So then I had to go get a tube, fucking take the dirt bike back apart, put the new one in.
And then we were cruising.
Yeah, then we were good.
When did the shift occur? When did you stop going, God damn it? You start going, oh, fuck, this is nice.
I don't know if you have to edit this or how. The problem with the fucking alcohol is your recollection the next day.
Your recollection the next day. I don't forget a lot of things because I only drink like 7 beers twice a week.
I think the feeling of it. At the time, you feel like, oh my God, I love this person so much, I have to get this out of me.
I'm totally with you.
Then the next morning you don't have the same feeling. You're like, I don't understand.
Kind of not only that, but also like even kind of the good times. Not even just when you like are vulnerable, but just the good times you had when you're in it. You go, this is the happiest I'll ever feel, and the next day you go, that was so dumb. Why was I doing that? The recollection is like, and so that makes me go, oh damn, I must have been like really out of tune with reality or something because.
What do you think I'm doing with the booze,
I was
buddy?
so wrong. You know?
I'm escaping this fucking world, dude. Jesus Christ. Get me out of here.
You just snap your fingers and a hot air balloon comes by with like a fireball.
Have you ever rode in a hot air balloon? I think I did once when I was a kid.
What? Yeah, do you think it's a false memory, like a dream you had maybe?
It could have been, but I'm almost certain that I did ride in a hot air balloon once. So I'll have to ask my mom later.
That's so funny to like mostly remember that you probably rode in a hot.
I just feel like I've rode in a hot balloon before.
Dude. Or you just watched like, damn, I wish I had a movie that has a hot air balloon in it.
Joe Dirt.
You just watched Joe Dirt 18 times when you were 6, and you're like, fuck, I love hot air balloons. Yeah, right, dude.
Oh, man. I hope my mommy says I did ride in one.
Yeah, right. You didn't ride in a fucking hot air balloon.
Bet Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, I know. I heard that, too. We can do lies if you want. If you just want to do who can lie more.
You're a fucking weird dude.
And nag.
Yeah.
Woo, that'd make a fella laugh.
Mom, did I ride in a hot air balloon? What the fuck are you talking? What?
I'm trying to think.
We're not fucking hippies. Don't ask me that shit.
I'm trying to think of anything aerial I did as a child. I climbed trees.
I've done my share of tree climbing.
Okay.
But I was always the little fat kid, so I never got as far as anyone else.
Dude, and let me say this. This is how I communicate better. I can tell people cool stories about what happened the last week if they just chat with me. I'm not good under pressure. How'd you do? And I'm not talking about you.
This is a low-pressure pod front.
This is low-pressure pod front coming through, you said. Here's another cool story from Austin. We fucking hit rooftops. So, next to the hotel was a rooftop garage. So, one night, we got the 3-hour scooter pass for $30. And one night, we just hopped on the scooters and rode them up and down the parking garage. We go to the top,
shit.
We drink a beer, smoke a cigarette, fucking zoom down. Nobody's in the parking garage. You just fucking fly. We'd race. And we did that for probably an hour and a half.
Oh,
just right next to
I bet that was so much fun.
So fun, dude. And so then we get to looking around. We Googled all the skyscrapers and what the story is on them. The one across from us is like a parking garage for this much, office space this much, apartments this much. It's the tallest one, I think, and the newest one. And so we start Googling, how do you get to the top of these fuckers? And we couldn't figure it out. Dude, I wish the story went a different way. But I want to go to cities, and I want to get to the top of some tall buildings, because that's fucking cool.
That'd be insane. And just you talking about tall buildings reminded me of a video I saw once. A guy jumps, I think, 76 floors off a building in Philadelphia.
I thought you were talking the one as it was falling over when those planes. Remember the planes hit the one building?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. What was that, October 5th?
I can't remember. But
Something
sorry,
like
Philadelphia, 75 floors.
Yeah, and you see the guy falling in the lady's videoing from her phone. when his body hits the ground, it bounces almost 8 feet in the air and then hits the ground again.
Oh, God. Oh, I don't like that. You know what that gory idea makes me think of? The Boys. Did you watch it yet? You're the only person that hasn't told me to watch it. Damn it, dude. I haven't got to talk to anybody about it. It's a TV show on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
Have you heard about it?
No, me and Amazon had a spat a couple of years ago.
Jeffrey Bezos himself or just the company?
Just the company.
Okay.
I had it out with one of his spokespeople. They refunded me, and I don't think I'm welcome back on Amazon.
Okay. Yeah, amicable split, parting of ways.
Yeah, I bitched until they gave me 2 years of my Amazon payment back.
Nice, dude. And now you're keeping that shit.
Yep, fuck them.
Well, anyway, this is a superhero show where it's all the superheroes are all superheroes. I think I'm going to spoil it. Spoiler alert. They're all kind of superheroes because kids and the parents got paid. And then they grow up to be superheroes, but they're like, it's all a show. You know what I mean? It's like media driven. It's political. And so these superheroes are all assholes because they're the only people with superpowers on Earth. They're kind of invincible, so they don't give a fuck about human lives. They're like, you're humans. Yeah,
I'd probably fall into that. I'd be a clown if I was a superhero.
Yeah. It's a way cool show. And then, anyway, so then it just becomes like political. It's like the superheroes are kind of the bad guys, you know? And the boys that the show's named after is a group of ne'er-do-wells that are kind of trying to hunt them down and make things right.
Ne'er-do-wells?
Yeah. How often do they do well? Nair. That's not my joke. That's that Gary Oldman. Did you ever see him? How they abbreviated the states? It's one of the best stand-up bits of all time. I'll have to show it to you after this.
Oh, one thing you said when you left, I want to say it was Kill Tony. You said, "Yo, we got this." What was that about? Was it just not that great a comedy, or what?
Oh, I don't know. I think I probably watched it and went, "Yeah, this is like." We'd be fine. We're fine in this world. We're funny. We podcast. We're as good as that. You know what I mean? Or like, oh, we got to do, like, I'm that funny.
Should I just abandon my kids and move to Austin with you?
There's a lot of people in Austin that don't have a house that I think abandoned their kids and moved there, dude.
Nice.
Holy fuck, dude. Did you remember? I think I told the story on the podcast. I walked out of the dispo that's next to the board shop on the island. And there was a dude skateboarding. And we chatted, and he walked with me for like a block and a half. His name was Chris. He seemed a little homeless. I said, I'm out of here. I hopped in my pickup. I left. Me and Mason saw him in Austin while we're cruising around downtown.
No shit.
I see him. I go, I think that's the fucking dude that... And I told him. And so we avoid him. We go eat something. We go back. I see him again. I go, it's a sign. You know what I mean? I just happened to run into the same guy twice in this state. That's crazy. So I go talk to him. And he's drunk, and he is not a good dude, and the vibe is not cool, and he doesn't remember me because probably he's just been drunk and high and homeless the whole time. Yeah. He says he's a surfer. That's like what he does or something. So we
seems like it's panning out for him.
We kind of chatted a bit. I did my best to keep everything cool. A homeless dude walks up, or just a guy. This happened. It sucks, dude. And he goes, "Hey, guy," and just starts telling like foul jokes, like I think racist jokes.
Nice.
And then
like N-word.
Yeah, I think so, or like sexist jokes or something. And then Chris, our boy, steps to him and says, "Hey, man, we're having a conversation." And now I'm like, "You homeless guys are going to fight?" And I go, "Mace, let's go." And so we start walking. And then, but Mace is fucking dumb, so he walks the wrong way with this guy that was telling the dirty jokes. So the guy just keeps telling Mason jokes. I say, "Yep, good to see you, Chris. Well, yeah, we'll catch up with you. Good to see you. I'm glad we saw you." And I'm out. So we're like almost free and clear. Mason says he laughs at one of the jokes. The guy goes, "Hey, thanks." And Mason says, "Yeah, it's pretty funny." He goes, "Cool, would you mind giving me $5?" And Mason said, "No." And then he looked around. We got out of there, thank God.
Holy buckets.
But it was a stressful situation.
Laughed at his joke. "Hey, you got $5 on you?"
No, God damn it. I think I gave that fucking Chris a cigarette.
There was a kid posted a TikTok. I think it was on Skid Row. He was giving out food. A bunch of homeless people. And, he's giving out food, and the guy like leans in close to him, and you can hear it in the microphone in his neck. He's like, "Yo, man, can I get $5 for a crack rock?"
I think I've heard of this.
The dude gives him 20. He's like, "Yeah, get after it." We're out here helping the homeless.
You ever feed anybody a soup kitchen or anything?
No, I've helped out at church and shit when I was younger.
Yeah, once when I was young, we went.
But never gone like to the community pantry or anything and helped.
Yeah,
I should. I would like to do that with my children.
Now would be the time. Now would be the time, especially with somebody like. So I always This is nice. Sorry I'm having this realization right now. But, so I was like 16, and I went with my friend and his parents. Or maybe I was 13. But anyway, and we just fucking fed people at the, whatever they call it, shelter. Something. And
that's where B Rabbit got famous for his rap skills.
Okay. And I think that's why I was so excited to go, but he was nowhere to be found. Nice. I was like, is anybody going to rap? But it was just tattered people eating like fucking macaroni.
Well, not all shelters are a win.
Yeah, so my point is, now's the time to do it because I fucking would be fine at that. I was insecure and weird. I don't know how to. It sucks. I'm just explaining white privilege, I guess. But I didn't know how to feed homeless people. This was all weird and uncomfortable. And then I thought, that sucks that it feels weird to do a good thing. And now I've grown enough that I could go fucking help out at a shelter and love it and be good at it.
Oh, yeah. And you want to talk about good content? I bet some of those motherfuckers got some stories.
Yeah, they can tell us some shit. Holy fuck, I got another one, dude. I have this guy's number. And I thought, God, he'd be a great guest on the podcast. So we're...
Just to remember this, because you haven't told this story on the pod yet. Mm-hmm. You had a run-in with crazy big-titted lady. That was a whole fucking experience,
yeah, I
dude.
had some stories from Austin, or from Texas. Okay, so... Hip Camp is like Airbnb for campers. I said that earlier. Mm-hmm. But I heard Dak Shepard talk about it on Theo Vaughn's podcast.
I love Dak Shepard.
Yes,
he's
me too.
A man,
he is.
Dude.
And he told me about Hip Camp. So I got it. And we found this place in Comfort, Texas called Cypress Creek. And it's just this dude's backyard, kind of in a subdivision, but it's this beautiful creek.
There wasn't a hill around there, was it?
Cypress Hill. No, dude, but the next day I listened to Cypress Hill.
Sick.
For that reason.
I think that's the same thing.
Mm-hmm. There's a cypress tree, though, and it was 1,100 years old. And it's a historical monument because it's called Camp Comfort, where, like, everybody that's ever gone through there for all these years stopped under that tree, fucking had camp. Mm-hmm. This dude was real into digging tunnels and building fucking underground bunkers and shit, and has found all sorts of cool shit. He talked our ear off for like 2 hours. It was just fun as hell. And when you go somewhere else like that has all that history that's so much older than our history, you know, because ours just Oregon Trail but it's fucking new. That stuff, like, they've been down there for so long. So you can feel it, dude, like in the ground. It's like, there's fucking stories. And he was telling me how deep some shit is sometimes, and you just find shit. He dug a post hole like 6 feet for his gate, found like a chain that he said he thought was like 200 years old.
No shit.
Yeah, dude. It's the craziest shit. So I just thought that was fun.
I bet you sucked that up, huh? That's a guy you can get in a combo with.
Mason didn't care for it. He said he wouldn't stop talking. But I kept asking him questions because he talked so easy and say interesting shit. Uh-huh. It's not like trucks and shit. The dude worked he oversaw surgeries for total replacement, like knees and hips, and he was like a salesman rep, or not a salesman, but a rep for the company that makes the hip. Nice. So he would just go to surgeries all the time. They pay him like $80 a surgery. He does like $350,000 worth of surgeries a year.
Nice.
And then he retired at 59 and started digging bunkers and shit. It's fucking nuts.
Dude, that'll be how the end of my life goes. Just something weird.
So anyway,
how about Yancey with them tunnels, huh? It really got away from him.
He's fixing to build a water slide on Cypress Creek that goes underground. He's going to build his own tunnel, obviously.
Sick.
Fucking nuts. Anyway, I was, you guys remember, if you listen to the pod, I was cruising down the beach. An old lady said, help me take this driftwood home. You're hilarious and awesome, Braxton. You have to meet my daughter. Well, fast forward a couple months. Here we are. I met her. Sweet gal, huge tits. Here's what happened. She's kind of anxious and nervous and excited. She says, quote, I've never done anything like this, because she's going to drive 3 hours from where she lives to possibly spend the weekend with me, but certainly come spend the evening and the night. Mm-hmm. If things go bad, she's got a house that's a mile away that's her parents' beach house she can go stay in. This isn't, crazy. Mm-hmm. So she gets there. It's a little awkward. She pulls in. She's doing 15 in the RV park, 15 miles an hour, almost runs over an old lady.
I don't know if anyone listening knows you don't do 15 in an RV park.
It says 5 when you pull in, and if you do 10, I understand you're in a hurry.
Yeah.
It's not a residential street.
15's reckless, and you need to knock it off.
It's out of control. And then the old lady's drunk, like she always is, and so she goes, she almost ran me over. And I said, we got it taken care of. I'll talk to her about it. I'm over it. R.I.P. She's probably had a heart attack since. So I show her the camper. everything she likes in there is Katie's. So I love those plants. Wow, that's such a nice coffee maker. Cool decor.
That's the same thing about my apartment. Any of the decorations that girls go, oh, hey, I like that. Yeah, my girlfriend put it there.
Yeah, so...
and she fucking broke my heart.
That was all right. I was myself, trying to connect, saying all the shit that I'm into. We go to dinner. The waitress, I'm doing this new shit where I call people by their first name a lot to try and get them to open up and connect with me.
You did that a little bit to me today, and I didn't know how I felt about it.
Well, I was joking because I was talking about Austin, Texas, I think.
Dude, I got the name Beef to take off for Braden.
They call him Beef?
Yeah, they called him Beef, dude. We were playing the Wii. I think it was Weston. Little Bo Beef is what we started calling him, and it all fucking night. The next day when I sent Weston a snap of me driving home by myself, he said, "No Little Bo Beefus." So that's fun.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and it's even funnier. It makes him insecure, so I'll tell it on the podcast. His ass crack was out this whole week at work that I started calling him Beef. And I said, hey, buddy, I'm a big dude, and I got a lot bigger since high school. If you just buy a size or two bigger pants that fit you, your asshole's not hanging out the whole time. So I said, you're not exactly in high school anymore. You've turned into a little bit of a beefcake. So you might ought to get some pants that fit you. And he was like, I fucking hate that. And I was like, I'll tell you what, until you buy a bigger pair of pants, I'm going to call you Beef. And he's like, I don't like that shit. And then Tyler started calling him Beef.
Love, man. I fucking have that.
Yeah, there's
you got lots of
shitloads.
That's so fun.
So
you're freaking taking care of your dogs by kind fucking. Honestly, it's funny. It's a little Bo Beefus. You're kind of a little sheep herder. You're just kind of poking them a little. Hey, Beef, come on now, get the pants up.
Little Bo Beefus.
That's fun.
Oh, that's funny. Right. Oh, did I tell you about? You remember the guy from the Dollar General? I worked there. Old Roy.
You did tell me about him. Remind me.
Yeah.
What happened?
We were at the family fair in Dickinson getting shit for Supercross Saturday, and I woke up just silly goosing. This shit was just falling out of me. I couldn't stop. The first place we went was the tractor supplier, the hardware store, whatever the fuck it is in Dickinson. And as we're walking in, there's this kid. I mean, his eyes are fucking red. He is super baked. One eye closed further than the other one. And he's about 20 feet in front of us walking towards us. And as soon as we go through the doors, very loudly, I go, ooh, he's stealing. And Braden's 5 feet in front of me. That little stone kid cracked the fuck up. I made like 4 strangers laugh in the store there just being a silly goose. And so then we get to the family fair and we're checking out. I'm just talking to Roy or Ralph, whatever the fuck his name is.
I never got it.
And he's just full retard. Mm-hmm. He's doing his normal thing where he's just dumb as shit. And he's as dumb as a box of smashed assholes. He put it in the usual
gear that morning. D for dumb.
Yeah, so he's like, oh, hot dogs, that'll be nice. Gonna have a good day. I said, yep, we're going to be doing some smoking. We're hanging out. He said, oh, you need any help with that? You let me know. I said, shit, I got a bottle of tequila at home I'm fixing to go to work on. And he said, oh, I don't mind helping you with that, too. And then I go, yeah, I like to get good and tuned up on that tequila. And then I take him out in the garage and I got a rubber hose and I just beat the shit out of him with it. Braden immediately is doing that fucking trying not to laugh out loud giggle because he's like, what the fuck? And Roy just goes, all right. Okay. The interaction was completely different. Yeah, I like to go in the garage and just really beat the shit out of him after I get some tequila in me.
Fuck, dude. That's my favorite thing ever is being that goofball in public, no shame, and being silly. And it goes back to having a cute girl around thinks you're funny, or your dogs, if they're supporting you. But that's what I mean, dude. You support people, their true self comes out. But going out in public, the best compliments I've ever received from girls I've dated is when they've said, I love going out with you in public. Like, you're so fun. I love you know what I mean? I make
the interaction work for me.
And I go, I make this more fun than like if you were here by yourself. You know what I mean?
And then I had a bit for the rest of the day because Weston and McCoy and Tyler are back at the house. And so as we're prepping the jalapeno poppers and doing shit, I'm in the kitchen and I got the dogs just an audience. I was like you on a bar stool. I couldn't be stopped. I was doing my impression of Roy. I said, imagine when he gets home to his fucking wife later. Oh, you think you had a fucking long day? Fucking guy comes in here, drinks fucking tequila, beats his buddy with a hose. What the fuck?
His buddy seems okay with
it. And it was murdering, dude. Everyone was laughing so hard.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, man, that was one of the best days.
That's so fun, dude.
It was top tier. I couldn't be stopped from the time I got up till I went to sleep.
That is fun. And I was being an active listener, but I am reminded by the goddess of Mother Earth that we go to dinner, and I'm saying people's first names now a lot. And so I get the waitress's first name. Well, she says it when she walks up, because I don't ask, but she says it, and so I start saying it. And then, it works, dude. The book that says how to win friends and influence people, it says a person's name is the sweetest sound in any language. Turns out if you do that, people like open up to you, want to talk. So this waitress is talking to me a lot. She's 58. She's like kind of a skinny methy. Not actually methy, but looks kind of like it. Mm-hmm. And whatever. This cute girl that's my age with huge tits sitting across from me makes a joke about how I'm flirting with her. While me and the waitress are talking, she says something like, "Oh, maybe she'll take you home." It was very weird. And I went, "Oh, she's uncomfortable. We got to get out of here." But like, I'm being nice. I'm fucking. And I went, "Strike one."
You're out.
Yeah. Well, 3 strikes and you're out, dude. This was just strike.
How many strikes is a field goal?
Well, it's.
What's the over under?
I think a field goal is 3 points, but that's not to be confused with a PAT.
And is that a ball?
A point after touchdown.
And what's
is 1 point?
What's a dinger?
A dinger? Mm-hmm. I think that's when you hit a golf ball really good.
No, I think it's a home run.
Could be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Hidden dinger. So anyway, strike one is she doesn't like me being nice to the server.
Yeah.
So we get out of there. We talk about it. She's all cool. Let's roll, dude. What should we do? Let's go to your mother's beach house and get in the hot tub. And I go, B-Train, this is perfect. We're in business. We stop by the camper, get the goods. We're on the road. And I'm going...
Do you have a raincoat in your pocket? Are you anticipating some sex in the air?
I make sure to keep that thing on. So I've been, throughout dinner and this evening, maybe this is an hour and a half into the date, we've not been connecting. This girl is exactly who I thought she was with the checklist thing. Like, she doesn't understand life at all. Mm-hmm. And also, her business is failing that she bought and started without enough capital. And... So she's already all stressed and kind of on her phone and just dumb as a box of rocks. But I'm going, it's all right. We can pull through. So we cruise up to the beach house to get in the hot tub. And she pulls into the neighborhood and there's a pickup in the driveway. And I go, I know they had people staying tomorrow. I guess they must be here early. And then she looks up and she goes, and
you're riding in her car.
I am shotgun in her silver Jeep. So she fucking slams the brakes, throws in reverse, and I go, I heard about this guy because your mom wouldn't stop talking about him, all this stuff. Is this that ex that everybody talks about? And she said, yeah, sorry, he's a crazy stalker. Oh, sorry. And so she freaking peels out of there. Mm-hmm. And we're going down the highway. His headlights click on. He freaking pulls out. He's right behind us. Can you eat a whole bottle of those without dying?
We'll know in about 12 hours, huh?
I don't think you can fucking do that, dude. I think you can only have like a few.
He's talking about a bottle of Tums Chewables.
Holy Christ, dude. That's you can't, it's a drug. It's not candy.
I don't have heartburn.
No shit, dude. You're not going to have a fucking torso.
You should try one. They're delicious.
I'll bet it is. Listen, he's following us. And I go, okay, so this is not my gig. I don't go on first dates and get in high-speed chases. So what's the plan here? She goes, I don't know. I'm so sorry. I don't know what the plan. And I said, all right, well, we could call the cops and we could just have them meet us somewhere. That way we can get out. You guys, we can all do whatever and we'll just be safe in case anything's dangerous. She goes, no, I don't want to call the cops. You know, like how we do about people that stalk us. We don't want them to get in trouble because we hate them so much or whatever. She takes a right going towards a parking lot of like a big hotel or something. Mm-hmm. And I go, well, this is a dead end. You got to stalk her. So I pull up frickin' Port Aransas dispatch. And I got them dialed up. I'm ready to hit the call button. And I said, what's the plan? Like, you're pulling in here. Do you have a plan? And she goes, no, I don't know what to do. I'm so sorry. And so we pull around. And when she rolls down her window...
This seems like her red flag.
When she rolls down her window and he pulls up next to her, and I know this man's voice, brother. I've had this voice myself. He says, Maddie, what are you doing? You are going to be my wife. He says it just like that. Like just a sad dude. It's just like, what are you doing? And I went, oh, thank God he's not dangerous. But
he's just a broken-hearted and good boy.
Yeah, he's just a sad boy. I'm sure he's a hard worker. So anyways, when she's rolling down her window and he's pulling up, I'm like getting behind her big tit so I don't get shot, and I'm pressing call. And I think that
Could you imagine if you caught a titty ricochet and just got like shot in the arm after it went through?
Yeah, dude. It just embeds.
It's like a shark bite story.
It embeds her tit flesh in my arm. It fucking dances when I flex. So anyway, as dispatch picks up, I think I'm saying, I'm not getting roped into this white trash bullshit. And then I say, sorry about that. Have you heard that? Anyway, here's what's going on. And I said, I fucking handled it like a master. I said, I'm on a first date right now. We were fixing to go hot tub, but she's got this stalker fellow that's following us around. So I was hoping maybe you could have what do they call them? Unit.
Yep.
Like meet us somewhere in like a public setting, maybe a parking lot or something. He's just following us. It doesn't seem dangerous, but I'd like, someone to be there so we can sort it out and be safe. And I said, I'm on a first date, so it's not my thing. I don't want to go back to my house. And she's like, oh yeah, okay, that's right. And I felt like Tyler. I'm like, I'll call you, tell you how to do your job. We'll get this sorted. So I was
this is what you're gonna do.
Yeah,
for me.
dude. And I go, I'm a king. Look at me, man. Look at me. And then we drive another 30 seconds. He frickin' turns around, peels off. And I go, fuck, why do you have to call the cops, you pussy? Ah! So another minute goes by, or 5 minutes go by. And then dispatch calls me back, and I call off the dogs, dude. I say, look, he turned around. This is a first date. It's not my fucking thing. I'd just like to not have anything to do with this, so I'm going to get dropped off. We're done here. She had an attitude. She goes, oh, what? Okay, fine. If that's what, you can file a report if he does anything like this, so there's a record, blah, blah, blah. And I said, I know, it's not my thing. Click. And I say, yeah, she was pretty snippy there at the end. And this Maddie girl goes, oh, why? And I said, I think some people just get really frustrated when victims of abuse don't, like, stand up for themselves or do anything about it. Mm-hmm. And then there was a painful silence. And then we went back to the camper. We watched we kept hanging out. I said, we'll bounce back from this. We watched an episode of reality TV. It was kind of fun. I couldn't sit down. I was jazzed. I'm fucking doing shit.
God, I bet.
And so finally I sit down, and then she goes to like put a head on me, that sort of stuff. I asked her to braid my hair. She wouldn't. And I was like, okay. So finally it's getting kind of late. She's getting tired. And I go, you have to. So I said, yeah, I'm not good at like rejection on either side of the thing, but you can't stay here tonight. That was nuts. I'm sorry. I know that sucks for you. It sucks for you probably way worse than it sucks for me, but like I won't be able to sleep. This is crazy. That's the craziest first date I've ever been on. So you're going to have to go.
How'd she take it?
Okay. Yep. Okay. Just like kind and like you could tell something wasn't right.
Did you guys hug?
Yeah, I told her I'd get breakfast with her the next morning if she wanted. I regretted saying that, but she never texted me again, so it was fine. And yes, we hugged.
Hard to text me. You're already blocked, bitch. You're blocked when you started that car.
So anyway, the next morning, her mother texts me looking for her. And I said, she went and killed herself. I know she did, dude. It was the worst first date ever. She took a risk. She drove 3 hours, and then it went horribly. I called the cops. I sent her packing. She definitely killed herself. But I forget that this family doesn't live in reality like I do, so that's like not even an option. I don't think people they know kill themselves.
Right now.
They all just work their normal jobs. They're just in this weird, unawake world.
Yeah. In the world of gas station clerks and servers, I think.
Yeah, but the richer, whiter ones that are fucking assholes and have beach houses.
Yeah, their ancestor had money, probably. Generational wealth.
And
they're on the tail end of it. Funds are running slow.
And I'm telling you, dude, if we could teach you a few big words so you could say them with that much confidence, we'd be fucking unstoppable. The only thing that holds us back is
I don't know if it'll ever be me.
I don't know, dude. It's a lot of F words and one-syllable words with you, but I'm telling you, when you say generational wealth like you are a fucking aristocrat, oh my God, dude, it's so nasty.
My family would think I'm back on drugs. What fucking phase is he in now? Acting smart. We know you dipshit.
Whatever. Anyway, that's an hour 18.
That's a good pod.
That's not bad.
I think
dude.
You probably only got to edit like 5 minutes of it out.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to fucking...
Just where you called pussy and pussy.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is it, huh? Nah, there's one other thing I know there is. You said...
And boy, like, what does Ralphie May say? Like a gravel road, bitch. Like a gravel road.
Okay, I must remind you, if you're listening to this, don't fucking skip ahead. Don't go to the next thing yet.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Leave a comment, dude. Tell your friends about us. We're back. This whole week I've been thinking to myself, I've been going, it's been a long time since I put out a podcast. I'm going to make these fucking ear pussies wet as fuck. So anyway, enjoy freaking wiping your ears clean. You're welcome.
Fuck.